Whatever, you wiki with more Phoenix Wright attorney. I forgot the name of this case. Ah, my eyeball. God, that was itchy. By the way, I said that the case 5 in this is long. What I meant was, it's still the same 3-day thing, but what was long about it is the investigation parts. They get really fucking long on that one. Annoyingly so. Ugh. But you know, it's fitting for a finale. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. She gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. Only in a little bottle, alright. Makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yes, she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. Now, how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. Just a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took such an interest in this case. Keen interest in this case. Do you believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I right? Hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I hope Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Oh, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room, see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like the research is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Yeah, we're doing this all in one sitting. Turnabout memories, that's what it was. Bum 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 bum. Banna banna banna. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Courtroom number 2. Wrong answer. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. Ah, my fucking shoulder. The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Oh, why is that such a great mistake, and why does it continue to be made? Is it the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Oh, I would love to say something right now, but that spoils case 5. And it's not a minor thing, too. It's a major spoiler. It's a major plot point of that entire case. So I can't say it. Which sucks. Because it would be funny. It'd totally be funny. Anyway, well, in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe you actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. If anyone said anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. Go away, Manuel. Or maybe Jigen. And I will bash them with my gavel. Well, how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are so nice. That must feel right at home. I'm not doing that voice, fuck that. I must feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. We may move on now. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I am a junior in literature at Ivy University. Just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine. No, the honor's all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. That's better than yours. Damn right. He's better than yours. She can teach you, but she'd have to charge. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, yes, I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, alright. Oh, it took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Shut the fuck up! Then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Noise canceling my fucking ass. These don't cancel shit. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class is over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. You're only 49. Chill. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Hee hee, you haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey? What's this? What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. In any case, Ms. Fey, the floor is all yours. Good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? No one's grandma yet, girlie. She's only 24, in her 20s. I know that much. I think. Sort of. Kind of. Ah, fuck it. Me. Unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful. That's by humorous yet satirical style haiku, yeah? Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. It's supposed to be poetry. Sounds more like a midlife crisis. Meeting at the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the quarters, I always walk through the front door. How else would you enter? Teleportation? So who's this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? Look at me so mean. I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. If only you guys knew. Well, I'm sure some of you do. That's right, Miss Fey. Don't join the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? I ask that question all the time. Please, go on. What did you see next? Wibbly wobbly, to and fro. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. May I see it? No. You are not, fellow Seymour. But you're steaming at him. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? There's a contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. What? That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job. Got it, Miss Hawthorne. Defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. So I could finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. Didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual. So then, what did I ever do to you? I thought they were having a nice family afternoon conversation. I'll give you a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Oh, nothing, no, Mr. Judge. Oh, I'm the son of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Bullshit! You say you didn't hear anything unusual? Is that correct? Yeah, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. He clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. Well, it wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears are covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. I've never owned a pair of headphones that ever blocked that out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. What testimony just now? She said something that could totally change this whole case. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, is it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy, anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Yeah, it appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Yeah, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't... I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? It's affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely! They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of the death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly! In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables have become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. The police of the Corps, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor? I believe that only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well, let's hear it. Was it the umbrella? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defense's testimony? Defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that The applicable equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, prosecution also came to the same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused that cable to break. Well, that makes sense. Then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. That doesn't make sense at all. The victim was shoved into the far pole. Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the pole around here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I long to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. Doesn't seem to me any way the defendant could have... Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What? What? What the... What the heck? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, Mr. Judge? Judgy Wudgy? Just go right ahead and give me your new testimony. This is it. He's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole, that's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from it. But Feeney caught him and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. After being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. So sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your statement you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to protect you. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know, Judge. Could you please forgive little old me? Of course you won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come on! Just a little old white lie. Well, we'll forget it this time, and please, be more careful from that one, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Judge has better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but he can be a bit of an imp what he wants to do. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. I mean, he really is scary when he gets mad. Yeah, she sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Shut up. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold. Miss Fay, I have to ask you to stop badgering... Miss Fay, I have to ask you to stop badgering the witness! I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. It's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? That doesn't sound right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there other prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Kind of fame, I suggest that you listen a little more carefully. I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? I fear he wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Depends! Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. Don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. Didn't have much time to come up with their lies, so this is my best chance. Must be a owner testimony somewhere. Think, Maya. Power outage at around 2:55. Okay. That's a bullshit lie. Because that says about 3:15. No, I'm sorry, 3:05. Okay, what do I present? I think that, yep. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Ms. Dahlia Cawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposed that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. This is nonsense! The real murderer? You can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. And then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Is the defense ready to indict someone as a serial killer? Bam, bam. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? Marvin Grossberg! No. The real killer is Doug Swallow. It wasn't a murder, it was a suicide. No. It was Winston Payne! He did it for Dahlia. No, it was Dahlia! Bum bum bum! Could only have been you. Dahlia Hawthorne. How can you... The defense is grasping at straws! 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing the whole time, Miss Hawthorne? You really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Faye! What I mean, what? That is to say... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your own very hand. By your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Ms. Faye, this is a very serious charge. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? Totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. That boy. He's got himself way over his head. Oh, Mr. Ghostbird, you're back. Seems to have arrived just in the nick of time. Found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. No, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, that is, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Yeah, that is, go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle it. I told you should let me handle this! Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Phoebe. The notion that I would try to frame her is ludicrous. This is all too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl was trying what on earth her motive would be. No, her motive? The angel that I lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? About what? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense requests. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Let's read that. Diego Armando. Remember that name, Diego Armando. I first met my darling Phoebe 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in a courthouse's basement reading room. Ow. The Lord I was met, my heart skipped a beat. Been going on ever since that fateful day. Hey, sorry, Gabby Wubby, we literally make people sick, just Chelsea, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again, you'll be held in contempt of court. And then we enter the final act of our little drama. I'd what I used to say in the days of my youth. Go get her. Toby. Yes? Garrett's reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. Not true, Madam Faye, after all. Beanie was not only an art student, but he's also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? It's not a line of questioning and a waste of time. It has nothing to do with that murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, you have to remember the judge is on Dolly's side. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask you to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? But please, Your Honor, the answer is simply this. You're writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern semi poetry and the criminal underworld. Ah, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. It would have been like crazy stuff. Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? Went through a lot of trouble to get it, Medea, so be sure to read it carefully. You are a wiener! You are a liar! Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What does the mean? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in the Shady Quadra house, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And her name is John Cena! And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eyes, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn. Miss Faye, that is not fair. You slandered my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Stop yawning. Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together, and now I just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Ooh, really lit a fire in my heart, and my buttocks. Can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spit or my hemorrhoids. God damn. Hemorrhoids. Next time. Well, then I'm Riki. Goodbye.